According to Craig Hope of the Daily Update, Arsenal and Alexander Isak are currently negotiating a contract. Talks have subsequently stopped because the player and his camp were hesitant to commit, despite initial discussions at the end of the previous season. Alexander Isak's team wanted him to sign a new deal with Arsenal before this season's Champions League. According to insiders, they will look for a relocation if they don't qualify this season. For more updates, we kindly ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alexander Isak, a Swedish striker for Newcastle United, reacts as he warms up during the May 28, 2023, English Premier League football match between Chelsea and Newcastle United at London's Stamford Bridge. Hope continues by saying that Arsenal, who are in dire need of an all-around striker, have expressed a strong interest in Alexander Isak to replace Kai Havertz. The article says that Arsenal would likely be in a position to commit a British record price on the right player. With Isak apparently worth double or more than his original £63 million acquisition price, that might be what it would take, and when Mikel Arteta, the manager of Arsenal, showed interest in the striker, the deal nearly went through. The striker only played 90 minutes against Brighton after recovering from an injury over the weekend. Prior to that, he had missed the Swedish international break in 3 club games due to a fractured toe. Before the January transfer market opens, Newcastle and Arsenal are negotiating. Isak has 3 goals in 2 appearances for Sweden in 2024-25, although he has only managed 1 goal and 1 assist in 7 club games when he has been available. The 25-year-old is obviously not playing at the same level as he did for Newcastle last season, when he scored 25 goals in all competitions. But now that he's recovered from his injury, there's still plenty of time to improve his campaign. Alexander Isak, for his part, stated that Arsenal has always been his dream since he was a small boy and that it will soon come true. According to a source, as the January transfer window draws closer, Arsenal is probably going to look to buy players in 4 positions in 2025. According to Fabrizio Romano of The Athletic, Arsenal is considering several positions in front of the 2025 transfer windows. Arsenal is considering the possibility of adding a wide player and a new hitting position to its forward areas. Although their main goal is to cover and compete with Kai Havertz, the Gunners are amenable to a left-wing upgrade. Right now, Kai Havertz is offering options on both sides. But he's only deciding that there isn't a buyout option in his contract. Arsenal can now consider other options without worrying about having too many players. It's unclear if Arsenal will try to acquire a striker, winger, midfielder, or goalie during the January transfer window. It would likely need a special occasion to show itself over the next few months, since the Gunners have always liked to conduct business in the summer. Given the relative ages of the present midfield in comparison to other positions, Alexander Isak claims that Arsenal is aware that the striker needs some rejuvenation and will likely take it into consideration for the other 2 positions. Arsenal appears to have found their form again after a difficult run of results leading up to the November international break, which included losing 4 straight league games. It should go without saying. Arsenal must be active during the winter transfer window in order to acquire top players who will offer them a competitive advantage in the race for the championship. Strengthening their striking section would undoubtedly help them. Their strikers have been lacking in front of goal, so they could need to upgrade. In Portugal, they defeated high-flying Sporting CP 5-1 after defeating Nottingham Forest. The Portuguese will be pleased with the Red Devils' display of intensity on the field as Joshua Zirkzee and Marcus Rashford, who were both linked to January departures following a subpar start to the season, each grabbed a brace. The academy graduate won't be in the matchday squad today, but considering his fitness, he wasn't expected to start against Mikel Arteta's club anyhow. Since Erik ten Hag was fired, the squad has won consecutive games under the new manager and is gaining momentum before their pivotal matchup with Arsenal in the middle of the week. Manuel Ugarte is probably going to start against the North London team, but the former Sporting Lisbon manager hasn't been scared to switch up his lineup for every match. Seeing who his companion is on Wednesday will be intriguing. Despite the thrilling victory, Amorim will have a difficult time sleeping before Wednesday's match because he will be missing 2 key players, and the club captain's participation is still very much in doubt. Lisandro Martinez, who received his 5th yellow card of the season, will miss the match against the Gunners despite starting on the left side of defense once more. Luke Shaw, who is prone to injuries, has not been under much strain lately, but Amorim will need the England international to perform well at the Emirates because he is expected to start when there isn't another left-footed centre-back available. In addition to making his much-anticipated comeback from injury against the Toffees. Kobbie Mainoo received his 5th yellow card of the season on Sunday and will not play. Jorginho believes Arsenal can gain an advantage over the next 2 months thanks to home comforts. Between now and the end of January, the Gunners will only travel to Brighton once. From injury against the Toffees, Kobbie Mainoo received his 5th yellow card of the season on Sunday and will not play. Jorginho believes Arsenal can gain an advantage over the next 2 months thanks to home comforts. Between now and the end of January, the Gunners will only travel to Brighton once. In the following 4 weeks, Arsenal will play away derbies at Fulham, Crystal Palace, and Brentford in addition to 8 of their next 12 games at the Emirates, beginning on Wednesday against Manchester United. Even worse was the fact that Bruno Fernandes, who recorded 2 assists against Everton, was substituted off after 65 minutes but was seen sitting in the dugout with an iced ankle. Amorim will be hoping the skipper can make it to the game because it could mean a knock. With 7 goal involvements in as many games, the Portugal international has undoubtedly found his form again in recent weeks. With Arsenal 6 points ahead of the 20-time English League winners in second place in the table, Amorim will need all the assistance he can get if the team is to pull off a historic victory in London. The captain of the Hammers is urging his team to defeat Leicester on Tuesday night with a strong comeback. However, head coach Julen Lopetegui is once again under fire after a worrying loss against Arsenal tore apart the optimism of last Monday's victory at Newcastle. Despite the absences, fans are eager to see what the head coach has in store for the mouth-watering match because they believe that a victory might really launch Amorim's reign.